Okay, Eric, we're ready to go.
You don't have to find the picture.
Eric, we're ready whenever you are.
All right. I want to welcome everybody to another World Services for the Blind graduation. You guys here, let's give them a round of applause.
You can watch it here.
Today, we're excited to celebrate the accomplishments of two of our on-campus assistive technology instructor graduates and our first online sourcing and recruiting graduate. So that's really awesome. Without further ado, at this point, I'd like to bring up our CEO, Sharon Giovinazzo, to say a few words, and then we'll get things started.
Have you ever met me? Me say a few words?
Right here.
So congratulations to the graduates. Heather, Rowan, who's the online one? You didn't know, Yvonne, and congratulations, Yvonne. Devon, sorry. You know, I'm old. You got to talk slower and differently. So, you know, it's always a journey, and there's so many obstacles that students come through before they come here. Two of our students who are here live and in person today, they came as a result of a scholarship. At least they started that way. Rowan, you're finishing that way. And you have a story and something that you want to do. You want to go forward and you want to continue to give these services out to other people. And Heather, well, I don't know. Georgia just didn't want to send you. We wanted to have you anyway. So we just invited you to come along. But, you know, these things are so important because people don't always qualify for the services that come through Division of Services for the Blind in their states. So it's important that we have funders that do this. So we're so happy that you allowed us to be a part of your journey. And congratulations to all of y'all. Come on up, guys. David?
Good afternoon and welcome to yet another WSB graduation. We're so proud of Heather and Rowan. Let's give them another round of applause. They've both worked so incredibly hard to get where they are, and we're very proud of their accomplishments. So when I found out Rowan was coming, Rebecca came to me and she said, "We've got a guy coming from Belize, right?" Yeah, Belize. Well, my first question was, where's that? Never heard of it. Didn't know where it was. So I had to get online and Google it. Belize. Where's Belize in South America? Well, my first response was, oh, great. We don't speak Spanish. How are we going to communicate? Do I need to get a translator? So I did learn that English is their primary language. Whew, thank God. So, but no, Rowan has done incredibly well since he's been here. He's been a pleasure to work with. I've gotten to know him pretty well, and I really hate to see him go. Rowan, we're definitely going to miss you, and we've enjoyed having you here with us. So I would like to bring Rowan up at this time and have him sign his papers so we can kick him or discharge him from World Services for the Blind. So Rowan, if you would come on up. And I've got a signature guide here. You're going to sign it above the screen. Right there. Right there. That's good. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Rowan is officially discharged. So at this time, what I'd like to do is bring up his instructor, Jerry Ann Morrow, who's had the pleasure of working with him the last 6 months, and let her say a few words and present him with his certification.
Yep. Yeah, thank you. Where's Rowan? Right here.
Good afternoon. It's a great day for another graduation. Congratulations to both Rowan and Heather. Your big day is finally here. I can't believe it.
Let's trademark, Jerian.
Yeah, I think I owe him some type of royalty for using his phrase. With the utmost sincerity, I would like to say it has truly been my pleasure to be a part of each of your journeys. I often tell the ATI that this experience will be what you make of it, and you'll get out of it what you put into it. Both of these graduates have given me, and more importantly, their students, their all. Their commitment to each student, compassion, devotion, integrity, and lots of laughter have filled the classroom. Good teaching cannot be reduced to technique. Good teaching comes from the identity and integrity of the teacher. Parker Palmer. Rowan, there are so many things that we will miss about you, including your tiny giggle from the back of the classroom. And you sneaking up on me every day like a super stealthy ninja, and somehow getting within a foot of me without being detected before you scream my name. The ATI have gotten so used to my startled scream that they know it's just Rowan again. This moment is so very bittersweet. We will miss you, but know you are going on to make a difference in the lives of those who you will serve. I would like to say to Rowan's parents, who should be so very proud to have raised such a kind young man, who has wisdom beyond his years, heart that is filled with love. He is always respectful, kind, and thoughtful of those around him. You have raised an amazing young man. So Rowan, at this time, I would like to present you with your certificate. And I'm very proud to call you by the title that you have earned, Assistive Technology Instructor. Congratulations. Oh. You want Rowan to speak now or?
Speech.
Here's your microphone.
Okay. Good afternoon. Well, well, now you see the Creole profanity that's been running through the ATI. I'd thought of things to say, but I am at a loss for proper words right now. So I'll talk anyway. It's so bittersweet being here. I feel that I've got to know so many of you, some well and some just in passing, but every single one of you has touched my life in some type of way. And I'm going to have experiences to take back with me to Belize that I would not have got anywhere else. And I just want to tell every one of you, thank you so much for helping me on my journey to independence. I have things that I can take back to Belize to show other blind people how to use technology. And as I continue my journey toward independence, to further teach blind people. I'm really grateful for having this opportunity, and I'm thankful for every one of y'all. So thank you so much for being a part of my journey and for all your contributions, big or small. So, thank you. Okay.
Rowan. Yay, Rowan. We love you, Rowan.
Cut this long slack, Coral.
Do you have the microphone? Here you go.
Our next graduate, we're really excited to announce. Heather has put a lot of hard work into becoming independent as a blind and visually impaired individual. It has a long way ahead of her, but I did want to announce that it's been a while since I've hired, or brought on an intern from a program. Heather's going to be an intern with us after her graduation here. So let's give her a round of applause. At this point, I'd like to bring up David to say a few words, and then we'll bring Heather up.
Well, congratulations, Heather. Heather's worked incredibly hard to get where she is today, and we're really proud of her as well. So as some of you may or may not know, every week, Eric, myself, and Rebecca, we get together to talk about new incoming clients, where they're coming from, what they've done, things like that. We have talked about all of you. So Rebecca tells us, we've got Heather Miller from Georgia. And I'm like, oh, well, what has she done? Well, she was a prosecuting attorney. So those of you who know me, my first thought was, boy, am I screwed.
Si quiere botarlo, mamá, yo no lo voy a comer.
What'd she say? Oh, okay. So I don't remember this, but Heather and I were talking a while ago, and she told me, she said, when I first got here and got out of quarantine, you were taking me somewhere to show me something. And she said, I said to her, everybody is really surprised at how nice you are since you were a prosecutor. We expected you to be mean. I don't remember that story. I think she's making it up. But anyway, no, we're really proud of Heather and all that she has done. While Heather and I were out there talking, Justin Wilcox walked up to us. And he said to her, now that you're going to be a teacher, what do we call you? And she said, well, you just call me Heather. And I said, no, Justin, this is what I need you to do. I said, I need you to contact every student on campus and let them know that Heather has a doctorate in law. So from this day forward, she is going to be Dr. Miller. So every one of you, when you see Heather in the hall and in the classroom, I want you to call her Dr. Miller. No, we are very proud, Heather, and we are actually very grateful to have you on board with us at WSB. So at this time, I'd like to bring Heather up and have Jerry Ann say a few words and present her with her certification.
You there, Heather? Okay, awesome. So as you've heard, Heather arrived to WSB with the intentions of learning the skills needed to use assistive technology and return to work as a prosecutor. She was a recipient of a scholarship and only had 3 months. We threw everything we had at her as fast as she could process it. She worked extremely hard and was passing exams that I give the ATI as a pre-vocational student. I was thrilled to discover that she had decided to stay and to enter the program. I told her from the very beginning, I'm going to challenge you. She has challenged me as much as I have challenged her. She never complained and met every challenge with her absolute best effort and exceeded all expectations. Her love of teaching and learning, work ethic, and desire to serve others has made her an excellent instructor. She truly loves to learn and is always enthusiastic about the material. In the learning theory topic, she decided to employ the use of classical conditioning while teaching. Her experiment was quite humorous, and much to my surprise, it worked. She excelled in the report writing topic, so much so that she wrote a humorous monthly report for a student who had not yet arrived. As of this moment, you're no longer my student, you're my colleague. Sorry. Both of today's graduates are recipients of a scholarship. I would like to thank the donor for giving two amazing people the opportunity to learn skills that will change the rest of their lives. For both of you, I'm so very proud of you, of your accomplishments, and I'm so grateful to have been a part of your journey. It has been an amazing experience to watch you grow and to have learned as much from you as you have from me. I would like to leave you with one final thought. This profession is never about the technology. It's about the people who you serve. I'm so proud to call you by your well-earned title, Assistive Technology Instructor.
Okay, my turn now. Jerry Ann told you a little bit of my backstory coming in here. Really where I was when I got here was not a great place. Coming from a professional career with a lot of responsibility and a lot of action and things of that nature, losing my vision and no longer being able to do simple things like make phone calls and check my email and do things on the computer, really had a detrimental effect to my mental state. And what happened was I got here and I started learning, and I would equate it to somebody turning on the lights in a very, very dark room. I mean, I remember the first day that I sent an email by myself without my instructor prompting me on the keystrokes, and it was a hugely significant moment in my life because that was the first time I'd been able to do it since I lost my vision. And I think what attracted me to the ATI program and into following a new career path at this point in my life is just what Jerry Ann, my pre-voc instructor, Kevin, and everybody here gave to me when I first got here. I want to be able to do that for other people because it really does bring a sense of dignity back that you wouldn't otherwise have. And it's a difficult thing to explain to people who aren't in the same position or who haven't been through the same things. And so I am so thankful for everybody here, students and staff included, because there's something about being in an environment where you don't have to try to explain to people what's going on and why you're having a hard time, and they just understand and you go on about your life. So being here has just been the best thing that could have happened to me after losing my vision. And I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to do that. And I'm also thankful to my family who's here on Zoom because they stuck with me when everything was rough and difficult. And I know I wasn't easy to live with for a little while, but they have supported me 100% of the way, and they're supporting me going forward. And I'm so excited for this new venture and this new experience. And I just can't wait to see what happens. So thank you.
So at this time, I would like to allow, well, I'll take a step back for a second. So over the past year, World Services has established a relationship with the Sourcing and Recruiting Foundation, which is one of our only online programs, but it's one of our newest programs that teaches individuals how to find talent for companies. So more working in the human resources department, marketing, helping them find candidates that can do jobs to support the company, support companies achieve their goals, their mission, their value that matches their purpose and values. So at this time, Nasreen, are you on?
She is on. Let me see if I can unmute her.
Yeah.
She may be having problems with her audio.
Okay. That's fine. So let's see, Davon, are you able to speak?
Space 2. I am present and accounted for.
Awesome. Thank you. So at this time, I'd like to give Davon Price, our first graduate. Let's give him a round of applause, you guys. I'd like to give Davon a couple of minutes to talk about his experience and his goals for his future. So Davon, the floor is yours.
All right, then. I'd like to say thank you very much for the WSB's chance. You guys have given me a chance, an opportunity to extend my career in a different direction. Over the last couple of years, I've kind of been, lost on which direction I wanted to go. I had a prior career of being a massage therapist for about 5 years. Also had the pleasure of running my own business for about 2.5 of those 5 years. So, that came to a close at some point in time about 4 years ago. And then I embarked on a journey of cybersecurity, realized that it was a great industry to get into, but however, I did not feel as though I was getting the assistance that I needed and required, accessibility wise, to excel in the career. So I was kind of stuck trying to figure out exactly what direction I wanted to go with my life. So I contacted my vocational rehab counselor. She instructed me to take a look at the programs that you guys offer there at the WSB. And I landed on the sourcing and recruiting program. And from there, I decided that particular program would be more suited to my skill set and, something also that I could do with skill and quality. I had a fantastic time at the Sourcing Foundation, learned an enormous amount of information, new skills, soft skills, but more technical skills as well. I'm extremely excited for my new career, maybe a potential internship here on the horizon for me. So I'm excited, and I'd like to thank you guys very much.
Thanks for sharing, Davon. Nazarene, are you with us now?
I am, Eric. Yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, graduates.
Yeah, so Nazarene, the floor is yours.
Perfect. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm really awesomely proud of Davon here. I'm actually Nasreen. I'm the executive director with the Sourcing Foundation. I've also taken the program myself back in 2015 in a pilot with Project Starfish America and in conjunction with the Sourcing Institute at the time. And the Sourcing Foundation, was sort of developed thereafter about a year or two later. And we have run a few different pilots within the disability community, as well as other communities out there. And we've been fortunate to partner up with the WSB this just last year. And Davon is our first sort of trainee going through the program. I'm really excited. It was a really, it's great to see his journey through the entire program, as well as to see him excel through. He's bright, ambitious, and did quite well in the program. You might be wondering, what is recruiting? What is sourcing? Well, basically, this is part of the HR, or the human resource specialists sector. And this particular industry is slated to grow between 2019 and 2020 about 7% greater than the other industries out there. And therefore, there's a lot of work in this industry. And our program at the Sourcing Foundation teaches people how to become not only sourcers or headhunters, as sometimes the name is called, or leads generation, people finders, people profilers, just breaking down some terminology there, to recruiters or talent scouts, people that are connecting other people, finding unfindable talent. And so this gives Davon a great opportunity to work in the field as either a sourcer or a recruiter, or as both, depending on which organization he gets involved in. The pay grade for each of these particular occupations is also, it differs. And our industry actually starts with a pay grade of $18 an hour to $25 just to start out there in the industry. If you look on Indeed and other places, you'll see the different the jobs out there, and also the different pay grades. And so what Davon has learned here through our program is to wear his sourcer hat when needed, and to wear his recruiting hat when needed, and therefore step into the shoes of both and be skilled for both. The rest of the skill sets he learned, as he was mentioning, are all transferable skills that will go with him wherever he goes. And in this particular industry, you can work full-time, you can work part-time, or you can turn around and work contract work, and it's all flexible. You can set your own hours depending upon your company or where you want to work. You can work 15 hours a week, 10 hours a week. You can set 25 hours a week. You can work a 40-hour week if you like. You can be salaried. We also had another person in our organization go through back in 2018, and now he's a screen reader user, and he's now working his way up to Amazon. He just finished a job at AMS and is now working at Amazon as a W-2, making $55K a year. So it's a really great industry to get into, especially if you want to explore other passions that you have. It's also can be a good side hustle if you want to do it that way, or if you want to make it your full-time career. Also, the beauty of sourcing and recruiting is that there's no shelf life of age. So basically, you don't have to hang up your computer and your sourcing and recruiting hat at 65. If you like, you can continue on. Or what some people do is sometimes they'll shift gears, maybe in their 40s or 50s, depending upon where they are in life, and then come back to this later. Or they go off to pursue a passion of maybe sailing around, or going fishing, or whatever their interests are, and then come back to it. Or I had a sourcer who I trained in 2018, who was actually sourcing in the hot tub on her vacation with her phone that was waterproof. So that tells you that this industry is not one of those ones that you can be very creative on where you can sit and do your work from. You do it on the beach if you've got internet. All you really need is a good internet connection, a phone line, and a computer, and a few browsers, and the skills, the wit, the patience, and the determination, and you got yourself a fantastic career that does not expire.
Yeah.
So if you're
So-
interested,
So like Nasreen's saying, this program is one of the more really remote programs. Rebecca gets calls, I get calls, David gets calls. Do you guys have any work from home programs? This is one of the ones that I'd say you could actually do from home. All of our other
Absolutely.
programs, not so much.
Definitely gets my stamp of approval.
So,
and also I'm really pleased that Davon is just about to embark on an internship that we've secured for him. So he'll be working along in the industry, learning and being mentored by professionals in his ranks.
awesome. Thanks, Nasreen. We
Thank
appreciate the
you.
partnership.
Thank you. Thank you,
Let's give
everybody.
them a round of applause. So that concludes our graduation. Heather or Rowan, did you guys have any family on Zoom that you wanted to say hey to? So we can do that now. That way you guys can actually talk to them. We do have refreshments in the back. Let's give them one more round of applause, y'all. And thank y'all for joining. Heather and Rowan's family, y'all can stay on Zoom.